This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to your first look at sports, everybody. I'm Chris Saunders. The final Grand Slam of the tennis season will get underway next week when the U.S. Open takes over the grounds in Flushing Meadows, New York. And just like at Wimbledon earlier in the summer, former world number one Lleyton Hewitt will be sporting the Sans Beer logo on his sleeve, this while he competes. Hewitt, if you remember, first brought international awareness to the Bahamian brewery and beverage brands by wearing T-shirts with the Strongback logo at the 2012 Australian Open. Originally from Australia, the former world number one has been a resident of the Bahamas since 2009 and has a home in Old Fort Bay. The U.S. Men's Open singles draw was released earlier today, and Hewitt will play out of the top half with a first-round matchup against American Brian Baker. There's no word yet if that former world number one will be playing doubles or not, but if you remember, he did team up with Bahamian Mark Knowles, who came out of retirement to play at Wimbledon. As for Knowles, he's been providing commentary for the Tennis Channel during the North American hard court season. Last week he was in Cincinnati. This week he's in Winston-Salem, and from there it's on to the Big Apple. Some basketball news now. The NCAA has granted Bahamian descendant and former Baylor point guard Lyndon Rose Jr. a waiver that will allow him to play immediately for the Houston Cougars during the 2013-2014 season. Rose said in June that he transferred to his hometown of Houston to be closer to his mother, Marilyn, who is dealing with lupus. Rose was the 9th ranked point guard in the ESPN 100 class of 2012 and number 63 overall. He'll be one of the 4 former top 100 recruits in Houston's rotation, which includes Bahamian Dan Red Chicken Knowles and Bahamian Mikhail McLean, who's also on the Cougars roster. The Cape Fear Heroes of the American Indoor Football League is set to travel back to Grand Bahama in November. They will hold open tryouts, and players who show promise could be invited to the Heroes training camp for an opportunity at a professional contract. The Heroes are also working at hosting a league game here in the Bahamas in the spring of 2014. And like the newly formed Bahamas Bowl, this could mean a big boost for sports tourism in the country. From pro boxing tonight, Torino Johnson has issued a challenge to Jermaine Choo Mackey, and earlier today, Mackey stopped by our studios to give him his answer.
Let's find a promoter, let's get the fight on. My left hand being itching a little while.
Why do you think Reno wants this fight with you right now?
Right now, he's a hungry fighter, you know. He's 29, he's been promised a title shot about 2 years ago. He knows that time is slipping away, so he's just wanted to get his career moving. At the age of 25, I won the Bahamian Super Middleweight title. From there, I defended it. From there, I won the WBA. Then the following year, I fought for the WBC title. I won that. The following year, I fought for the Commonwealth title. I won that. Afterwards, I fought for intercontinental titles under the WBC. So his promotional company needs to get his career going, and perhaps he's trying to get it going himself also.
Any last words you have for Reno?
Yes, Reno. You know, I understand your frustration. You know, you want a belt, but I can help you with that. Maybe you would like the WBC title. Maybe the WBA. Perhaps the Commonwealth title. Or even the Bahamian Super Middleweight title. But perhaps all you need is my belt.
All right, Jonathan Benson talking with Jermaine Choo Mackey. On to some other serious news. It's no secret that money drives sports all around the world, and the case is really no different here in the Bahamas. In fact, Coach Kevin KJ Johnson thinks that funding is the biggest issue holding Bahamian basketball back from being able to compete with the best in the world.
I think the coaches are committed to getting it done. Once we have the funding to get it done, we can bring other people in to help and push, and we need a vibrant mini program. We need to get that up and going, and then once you have a vibrant mini program, you can identify the cadets, and then once you have a vibrant cadet, and then you have juniors and then seniors, and you're talking about all level, girls and boys, and that's where we can compete with the world. And you're talking about 350,000 people against Brazil, and you're talking about Mexico and El Salvador. There were millions of people who they have to choose from. So our talent base is second to none. We just need to get the right programs in place, and I guarantee you, we're going to fly.
Let's look at sports. I'm Chris Saunders. A look at regional news still to come.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.